Thank you.
I bumped into Mike into Supervisors the other day, and I forgot to ask him whether he had gotten in touch with Supervisors. Did he make that contact?
Yeah, can
I don't know.
Okay.
Would you write that down to double check? Because I should have. I need to retouch base with Keith because I told him I wouldn't have what I need to do.
County crew, German, Warrior Valley, and Eaton Township, ready gravel roads, Bragg Creek was in the right of way in Wheeler, Eaton Township. Installing road culverts on Wadsley Avenue north of 330th Street. Surveying on Buchanan Avenue to upgrade a drainage structure through the roadway south of 200th Street. Finding silt in the road ditch on Buchanan Avenue north of 210th. Investigating possible broken drain tiles in section 27 and 34 of Richmond Township. Project update over on M35 Cook Bridge. They've got all the abutment and pure pile driven. Now they're working on driving the false work pile and getting the deck ready to pour. Possibly 2 to 3 weeks they'll have that deck poured on that bridge. Wheeler, still haven't heard from Richard as far as any start date. And Vogel, as far as painting, we thought they were going to come in last week, but they didn't. And now we're thinking they're going to come in this week, but they haven't contacted us, so I'm sure the rain has slowed them down. Highway 20 update. One thing I forgot to write down there was that they did call yesterday and they're wanting to close Rolfe Avenue right there where Highway 20 goes through, so they can finish grading the main line through there. They're closing. They'd asked to close it yesterday, and I asked to put them off a day or two just to. I wanted to check some issues that need to be addressed there before they get started. And Mike from the DOT hadn't got back to me on those, but possibly within the next couple of days they'll close that. Still working with DOT on the dust control. I was trying to get them to do the dust control like they had over in District 1 in the eastern part of the project, but Laura wants to go right by the wording out of the agreement that says that the county's supposed to do it, coordinate with the contractor and getting it sprayed on and then send the bill to the DOT. So I guess that's what we're going to do.
So as long as they pay for it. I mean, I realize it's an extra hassle for you guys, but they at least need to provide it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, since they're going to pay for it, to me they should be the ones selecting the provider.
Well, sure.
What product to put down. Because we're looking at using the same contractor that they did over on the eastern part of the project, and he's using the calcium chloride product. So we'll see if we can get that put on.
We've been a little fortunate in that we've had some rain to kind of keep it down lately, and so it hasn't been such a big issue. But it's that.
As soon as we get 3 days, it's going to be flowing again. Item 4 there, the cheat budget. This is amending the 2011 present year budget. Basically, the major change is on the expense side, taking $242,000 out of construction, reducing that from $622,000 to $380,000, and then adding that $242,000 into new equipment to increase that amount to $574,000. Basically, the amendment is a result of canceling the motor grader that we had on order prior to July 1st. We would have paid for before July 1st. And then we ended up ordering the 2 motor graders last summer that were paid for in October. So we ended up with no motor graders being purchased last year and 2 this year, so that our new equipment amount went up. And with the construction projects that have gotten delayed, we aren't going to spend, in fact, we probably won't spend the $380 unless Richard gets started on that culvert over there. We're actually under that right now. Total expenditure stays the same. On the 3rd page there. The other thing, of course, when this budget was done a year ago, the amount in the 2009-2010 column was all estimated. These numbers have all been changed to agree with what the actual expenditures were last year. And then on the 2nd page there, the receipts page, I basically changed the receipts for 2011 to agree with my re-estimated receipts when I did the 2012. So if you look at the 2012, these numbers, I think they're basically the same. So again, no increase in the total expenditures, but I didn't need to increase the new equipment so that on the DOT budget, we can go over 10% on any of the 4 line items, but we can't go over on the total, so I needed to shift some dollars into the new equipment line.
Administrative, is that like a 2% increase?
What's that?
Well, that, I guess, administrative expenditures. In the budget last year, that would have showed $354,000. It would have showed the same amount, but then the actual come in at less than that, since we haven't. Well, because
I've left Donnie's salary somewhat in there, not knowing whether we'd ever look at replacing him. And so the actual comes in lower than what we budgeted.
I'll move to approve the DOT budget amendment.
second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All ayes. Budget has been approved.
Budget amendment.
Got the budget amendment.
Number
Just
1.
reading.
If you want to sign, I guess I just need one back. I don't suppose Jim wants one. If the board wants one too, we can sign one for you too.
Ron, looked like they pulled off that bridge down on I drove down there last night.
I signed that one.
Looks pretty dead down there.
I knew they.
So what do they actually have physically done down there? I haven't
They got
done
one
quite a while.
piling,
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been down there too.
the south one.
Who gets what?
You don't think that, or what do you think?
I didn't drive up.
I want one. I have one for you. I only need one back. Or you can have that one. Jack.
Oh, the one over the top of 230, yeah, 230.
Yeah, that one.
That deck's forward.
Well, the church has it.
Yeah.
I looked at it from the east and bridge is stuck.
Oh, really?
A lot. Before we can open that road, they gotta
Yeah.
get some dirt.
Yeah. And I think there's, well, the DOT would like to see it open, and the Moynihan people, I think, would like to, get it open too, because it saves them a lot of travel distance going from one side to the other to get that open. So,
you know, the idea when we closed that was that it was going to only be closed for one harvest, and of course the way the harvest turned out being early and them closing the bridge late, it didn't really affect the harvest too much last fall, and they should have done plenty of time this year. So. I will.
Howard, did you say something about those the blockages of the road on N28?
Yeah, and Kevin has not gotten back to me.
That's you. Yeah, I was watching again the other day. Even at night, they'll go clear up to it and have to turn around instead of blocking it off.
Come on in.
I left him a message, and I tried to call him again yesterday, and I didn't get a hold of Kevin, so I did have Mike check over on M50. They do have the road closed signs back at each intersection, and I wanted to make sure that the DOT had put them up that we had.
I mean, that's certainly the way it belongs, because they both go up there and the road turn around. And
yeah.
And at night, that's not a good deal.
I will be going next week to bridge reporting software training in Sioux City. So board meeting. We did get a call from Homeland Security that we missed the meeting that they had in Storm Lake on the storm damage. But the guy from Homeland Security, Scott Stansel, come out yesterday and we filled out the paperwork on the request for public assistance. So if there's any other towns you guys know of that have damages over $1,000 that should have been signed up, Mike was going to check with Nemaha and then I think also Shaler. I think that's because this guy said early had signed up. So that was the only other two we could think of.
Hi.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, well, that's my supervisor over there.
He's one of them, yeah.
Well, years ago I was doing a tile and it comes on one side of my road and they said that I prefer to be under the road. Is it still that way or just leave her go? Run her through the culvert.
There's the guy that you need to talk
I guess we
to.
might take a look at what the situation is, I guess. There's no tile under the road now, is that what you're saying?
No, well, years ago I was going to tile out the west side and the hog market wasn't too good, so I didn't get it done. They told me then, the engineer told me that it's best as soon you don't run it in the ditch, you just soon tile across the road. Is it still that way, or should I just
That's probably the way we'd prefer to do it, yeah. I guess we'd have to look at your situation and see.
Well, I suppose I'm going to do it in August when the oaks is done. I hope they'll do it.
Where are you talking at? I'll have Mike get a hold of you.
6 miles west of Wall Lake and a mile south, a little over a mile south.
What was the name?
Gunnerman Falls.
Gunnerman?
Gunnerman, G-O-N-N-E-R-M-A-N. Don't get that U in there like everybody else did. Maybe we pronounced it wrong, huh?
You're in section 19?
Yeah. Yep. Cross into Wheeler is 24.
Okay, you remember west?
Wheeler 24, but I'm going to cross between 19 and 24.
Okay.
It runs through the culvert down and runs down through my field. How much would you have to get a lot of permission now before I tile it on
I didn't hear that.
Is it? It's private tile. It's not a, well, there's no district anywhere around there.
I had permission, I think it was all right one time. This stuff, you know. You don't have to, you guys, but it does it. You know how a hog farmer is, you rip 1 year and 4 the next.
Okay.
I'll have Mike get a hold of you, and if you want to go across the road with the tile, we do have a permit form that needs to be filled out.
Well, if you want to do it, I don't really care, you know, myself, I have to put a riser in. It's up to him, I guess, huh?
Okay?
Okay, okay. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep.